Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
So the orchestra tunes, the patrons take their seats, the curtain is about to rise at the Theatre of Dreams once more.
And now,
so Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This guy, Pulisic, is probably the best of the American talent that's emerged in recent years. A real phenomenon in his youthful years, breaking all sorts of records, and he then went on to establish himself as a top-class wide player, moving to Europe at such a young age. He's only going to get better from here.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. And here's Fulkrug, played out to the left flank. Pulisic tries a shot! Not the most accurate pass. Estupinian, good read, needed to be. McAllister. Oh, easy pickings there. This looks promising. Albert Ferrer. Mali ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Passing is crisp and sharp.
There they go, hunting again.
He is through here. Howson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Fulkrug. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Ricci. Mali still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Salamakers, and he's in on goal. And it's Ricci. Pulisic. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. McAllister and Gravenberg, and it's Marquinhos. Now it's Hazard. Estupinian. Milan upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
No question, this is the man you want to get on to the end of things. Spread out to the left. Loftus-Cheek. Now it's Fulkrug. Now it's Pulisic. And he's running through. Good ball, good take. Hazard. And Gravenberg. And it's Albert Ferrer. Estupinian. Pulisic. Couldn't squeeze it Marquinhos. And it's Gravenberch. Now Van de Ven. And it's Gravenberch. And it's Azar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Azar. Threads one in. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Salmakas. Milan couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Loftus-Cheek. Played out wide. Salamakas. And he's managed to get free. And that should get the job done. Now, can they get him away? Chance! Goal! Milan! The breakthrough strike! And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
After 45 minutes is number 30.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the man...
And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And a chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Howson is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Van de Ven. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Gravenberch. Pulisic. Can he get on the end of this? Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Marley still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Ricci, Fulkrug, and the pass is intercepted. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Van de Ven could try cutting inside here. Ball's gone out of play. The message is clear, none shall pass. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
70,987.
Showing great feet there. Aimed beyond the defence. Howson with a fine tackle.
Milan couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
It's a good run down the left-hand side. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Ricci. Estupinian. And it's Ricci. Now Loftus-Cheek. Milan have a free kick.
Substitution for Milan, number 8, Loftus-Cheek. Coming on to replace him is
De Winter.
number 12,
And it's
Rabiot.
Ricci. For Salamakers. Nice physical challenge. Looking for options for movement. Hazard picks it up out wide. Hazard! Now, who's going to be first to this? Cleared away. Oh, this looks sharp.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Into the last quarter of an hour. And it's Ricci. He's found a way past. Oh, that was vital.
Milan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
That is lovely. Oh, shooting chance! Cleared without complication. Mali are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Substitution for Milan, number 9, Füllkrug. Number 4, coming on the field,
De Winter.
number 7, Santiago
It's not an especially
Jimenez.
good pass, that.
Number 19,
Salmakers.
Fofana.
Gravenberg concedes a free kick for that. And no surprise, that's a booking. Salmakers. Oh, that's a key interception. McAllister. 5 minutes left on the clock.
Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Oh, such a clever touch. Estupinian. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time
2
is
minutes has
very
been
nearly
indicated.
seen out. Now Gabbia. Estupinian.
This is now creating a nervous atmosphere. The fans simply want the ball at the other end.
Pavlovic. And that will be it. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Well, after all of that... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
So the orchestra tunes, the patrons take their seats. The curtain is about to rise at the Theatre of Dreams once more.
And now, lining up.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who'll need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
And that gets things running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
This could be another episode of the Seho Girassi show, I think, Peter. While he's primarily a poacher, he doesn't really have the composure you need in the penalty area when it comes to his finishing. He's a bit Hollywood or bust regarding that. But when it comes to his general play, he has great composure bringing his teammates into the game. So he just needs to get that clinical edge going.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Pinches it off him. Gravenberg. Spread out to the left. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Sabitzer. Now Schlotterbeck. Nemecha. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. It's a really well-measured ball. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Sabitzer. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Oh, good take in a good area. Plays it across. Tries to get it clear. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Looking to play him in. Van der Ven could try cutting inside here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Brandt. Nemecha. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Azar. Now Van der Ven. Howson. McAllister. Marquinhos. And it's Gravenberg. It's Albert Ferrer. Schlotterbeck. Brandt. Nemecha. Ryerson. Plays a sharp little ball here. Now it's Azar. Ryerson. Schuler. It's Sabitzer. Mebashir. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And he's picked it up out wide. And that little bit of skill has got him away. Oh, that's nice. Oh, he refuses to take the bait. Anton can get it clear. Girassi, Sabitzer, Mebashir, over to the left.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Knocks it out wide. Threads one in. No, that's been intercepted. Sabitzer. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Ryerson. Shapes to shoot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Gravenberg. Azar conjures time and space where few can. Looking for the run. He's in plenty of space here. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Albert Ferrer. Howson. McAllister. And it's Gravenberg. Now, can they get him away? That has been cut short. Sabitzer. Anton. And there is the half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
And there they are.
Some first-half thoughts?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Mebashir. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. It's a promising position. Mebashir. Passing is crisp and sharp. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Schuler kept his eye on it, and he's there. Mebashir. No way through. They want to be quick to recover this. Schuler does really well to win the ball there. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Mebashir. Played back into the centre. It's Sabitzer. The referee's awarded a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Little pass back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Looking for options for movement. And he's picked out the run. And that's put paid to a promising move.
The attendance for this match was 71,649.
Schlotterbeck. Great vision.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Howson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And he's had it nicked away. Schlotterbeck did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, that's neat. Has a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Sabitzer. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That has not gone well. Sabitzer. Brandt, foot in.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And it's made its way to him. Schüller. It's Sabitzer. Spread neatly. Gravenberg.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Now it's Girassi. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Schüller. Sabitzer. Mebashir. Now it's Girassi.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That is ended up in no man's land. And he's intervened well there.
There will be 1 minute.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Now it's Brandt. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. So a tough one to gauge, defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And a chance! He's delivered all right! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
Well, talking about stepping things up from the off, that's how you start a football match.
An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had...
Takes a shot! He has done it! Not one, but two. It is a dream start. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment.
Has a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they're at it again in double quick time. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
And look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Mali find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
What a start to the game we've had here. It's already looking like a one-sided contest. Courtois. Mali have hit a quick-fire double here. All the way back. Howson and Gravenberg. McAllister tries from distance, and the goalkeeper watches it past.
Yeah, it seemed the right range, and I guess it was worth a try.
Casemiro, Martinez, and it's Bruno Fernandes, and he's been shifted off it. Courtois. That has been knocked clear. That could spell trouble. Diogo Dalot. Turns back here, probably the best option. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Referee's given a throw. And here's Bruno Fernandes. McAllister. Oh, good-looking ball. That's good running with the ball. He's through here, and he's had a hit. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Courtois. Diogo Dalot to Bruno Fernandes. 30 minutes gone. Ugarte. Šeško. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And he's managed to get free. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence... Oh, what a chance for a shot! Rising over the bar. McAllister. Marquinhos is very much of the non-shall-pass school of defending. Gravenberg. Good running, strong and purposeful. Closing in on goal. And a shot! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And back to the goalkeeper. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, they could be caught out here. No way through, so back it comes. Courtois. Gets a good foot in there. Takes a shot! What a hit! The save was firm.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
That's a throw. Foot in. In with the challenge. Tries to play it through. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Plays it in low. Tries a shot! Oh, brilliant save. And it's been taken short. And it's Gravenberg. Gravenberg! Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Mali absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Mali will be wanting more of the same in the second half then. Utterly dominant in the first period, and they're 3-0 up. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Marquinhos. Gravenberg. Marquinhos. Howson. Marquinhos. McAllister. And it's McAllister. Pass somewhat off target. Good ball, good take.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, look at the space here. And the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out. Lisandro Martinez is fouled. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Back to the keeper it goes. Marley are simply cruising along with this 3-goal lead. McAllister. Howson. And Gravenberg. And it's Marquinhos. Van der Ven. Marley finding their passes. And he's searching through. Hazard could try cutting inside here. And the finish!
The attendance for this match.
And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
And it's Albert Ferrer. Has a shot! A whisker away from making it 4.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
McAllister plays it short. And it's Azar. Now there's a shot at goal! Sticks it away! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Marley are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. And the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Oh, taken with style. And with that, he takes home the match ball.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
After 66 minutes is
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
It's become a case of men against boys.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Casemiro does well to get it back. Diogo Dalot. Ugarte. Hazard. Well read, nice interception. Šeško. He has found the way through. Gravenberg. Great vision. That's been slipped through. It's Asa! Dealt with nicely by the defence. Bruno Fernandes. And he's had it nicked away. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never.
Goes for a shot! Matheus Cunha. And he skips past his man. Shoots! He scores! And that for him is goal number 10.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
As if 3 weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian.
number 14.
Great pressure, plenty of it. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Into the last 5 minutes. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. And here's Azar. That's a throw. Manchester United can make their change now with a break in play.
Yeah, it's about time. I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be.
Azar! Against the crossbar. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
Four added minutes has been indicated.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Gravenberg. Is there any support? Big chance! And that is the last effort of the game. Mali can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponent. Well, the premise of the tournament is simple. Every team, of course, is striving to make the latter stages. That's where they all want to be. No doubt these two harbour very similar ambitions. A good show here, absolutely crucial. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. There's the whistle. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this striker, Benjamin Sesko, is someone I really like the look of, Peter, because everything about him screams target man. But for me, he's much better when the ball's on the deck. It's all about his speed on the counter and the way he cleverly attacks the space behind opposition defences.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Rafinha.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Up he goes! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
And now I'd just like to read out our fan club members who are celebrating their birthdays today.
Well, hello and welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. And as you can see, we've already started here.
We're in the presence of goalkeeping greatness, a man with total command of his defence.
I say I wouldn't fancy going eyeball to eyeball with him.
No, I mean, I always like a vociferous keeper, and Oliver Kahn would be perfect for me.
Vitinha does well to get it back. Cruyff showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Vitz, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Kokchu running with the ball.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
It's a mighty effort! He will be livid with himself.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Koundé. Vitinha. And it's Rice. For Rice. Tries to play it through. Albert Ferrer kept his eye on it, and he's there. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Martinelli. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Van de Ven. Oh no, what has happened here? Vitz. First quarter of an hour gone. Vitinha. Great vision. Cute ball, just the goalkeeper to beat. Chance! Oh, would you believe it? The goal to end it all! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And with that, the end. What an ending. How about that?
Well, I think, Peter, we've again been reminded of how thin the margins are. When the game was tied.
Well, nothing beats the feeling of getting promoted. The hard work already done, the team can set out to enjoy this game and bask in the adulation of their adoring fans. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
Nous souhaitons la bienvenue pour ce match. Olympique de Marseille, Mali. Souhaitons tous la bienvenue à nos joueurs.
So it's down to business here. He's in a great position here. Now it's Mbappe. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Mbappe. He's having a shot! And it's a goal! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Après 5 minutes de jeu.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Kamavinga. Mbappe. Azar. Now Hausen. Koundé. And it's Koundé. Aimed into... He's got tall! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Now it's Messi. Oh, there's a probing ball. That is lovely. Can he finish? They've scored! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Mali are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Mali look comfortable already. 2 to the good and flying. Kukçu. He's had a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Pass somewhat off target. Has a look and plays it forward. Mbappe! Yilmaz. Good ball, good take. Nicely aimed pass. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Now then, the ball's come loose. A lot of space ahead of him. Decent chance! And he hits the net. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And now he has 2. It's become a case of men against boys.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Real chance! He's got a goal! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
Mali are having a ball here.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Threads one in. Chance! And he couldn't quite make it 6.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, and it showed how brilliantly energetic he is.
Fernandez. Now this could be a chance. Steaming on goalwards. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And here's Mbappe. Flashes it across. Yilmaz. Fernandez did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Tries a shot! This possibly the last play of the half. Kukçu plays it short. And it's made its way and the finish! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, what a half they've had. Cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing.
Mali really are in control here. They've done exactly what they set out to do. There's a genuine flow about their football, and some of the stuff they've played so far has been great on the eye.
Mali have run riot in the first half, and barring a miraculous comeback, they have done the job already. And the game has already resumed here. And he's had a hit! Oh, terrific save.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
And here's Mbappe. Driving, takes a shot! He scores! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Après 50 minutes de jeu par le numéro 9.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Vardio. Camavinga. Now it's Mbappe. And the shot! Oh, taken with style. Pomp, panache and passion. This, a man full of it all.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations. This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. And it's Azar. Azar, good strong midfield running here. Azar, drive, goes for a shot! Quarter of an hour into the second half. Rice has a shot! Keeper always had the measure of that.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Out to the left it goes. He slings it in. He gets big! And he steered it beyond the post. Van de Ven. Azar. Nicely weighted ball. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Mbappe looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, they've set out to man-mark him now, but this is an embarrassing example of too little too late.
Hazard! No mistake! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Now it's Kane. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Couldn't squeeze it through. Just about up to 75 minutes. Van der Ven. Rice. Rice. Oh, this is a very good run. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Shot could chance, surely! And yes, it's there! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this. Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Plenty to shoot! Well, he caught that pure, but no end product.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Hazard. And it's Kutchu. Mbappe! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Not the most accurate pass. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
Il y aura 4 minutes de temps
And a
additionnel.
chance! Oh, impressive strike. There will be 4 extra minutes. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And it's Rice. Fernandez. Now it's Mbappe. So that's it. It is all over. Mali, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now. Mbappe, hat-trick scorer, massive game from him today. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. There is the supremely talented Jack Wilshere. I wonder what sort of a role he's going to have here, Jim.
Well, he's very versatile, so I suspect he might play a combination of deep-lying midfielder, but also get forward and be a box-to-box presence.
What they say about him, a player with Spanish technique, but an English lion heart.
What about...
That was superb goalkeeping!
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he latch on to this? He is through here! And he whips in across. And he shoots! Goal! Atalanta! The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough already. And this is Inzaghi. It's Inzaghi! Oh, it's fallen loose again!
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Cantona! Oh, brilliant stop from Courtois! Oh, easy pickings there. Rice. That's good running with the ball. Now it's Mbappe. Hazard gets into some space. Oh, that's fabulous. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Rice. Oh, that's clever. Rice cuts it out.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Kukçu. Looking for the run. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Mbappe. No way through, so back it comes. And that has been clubbed away. Chooses to go crossfield. Hazard plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Hazard really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Can he get it through? That's a nicely shaped ball. Now it's Mbappe. Time and again they are repelled. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Rice, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Donadoni did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And he was quick to react.
Mali certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Donatoni gets it away. Van der Ven. Rice. And here's Mbappe. Well, that looks a decent ball. And he's there to get it away. And it's Kukçu. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Doué. Now he's got space here, and he's worked it through. That's the keeper's ball. Albert Ferrer.
Atalanta have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Donatoni! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this could be the final action of the first half. There's the header! Denied by an instinctive save.
Van der Ven.
And we hit half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Changement pour le Mali. Le numéro 9. À sa place.
And the second half gets underway.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be
Shot, surely! Oh, it's gone in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Kukçu. Mali do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
That's the throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Davids kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Wilshere. Now it's Doué. Aimed beyond the defence. Fired deep towards the back post. Courtois deals with that nice and simple.
Mali have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Now it's Cantona. That pass has been well intercepted. Wilshere. It's Wilshere! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? And one more try! Goal! Atalanta! Into the lead once more. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Atalanta get themselves into the lead. Rice. Mali still have the cards to affect this game. And this is Inzaghi. And it's Bellingham. He's a sharp little ball. Decent chance! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
So smooth, a signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Tries to get it clear. Rice. And he's had a hit! And the ball's come loose here. Crunching tackle. Now it's Cantona. Who saw this coming? Mali have come back from the very brink. And it's Doué. Lovely pass, but can he get... Bullish header! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Pass somewhat off target. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham looking to add to his goal. Half an hour gone in the second half. Can he get on the end of this? Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Has a look up and drives it forward.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Now it's Doué. No, that was never going to make it. Bellingham. Out to the right. Now it's Bellingham. He has found a way through. Well read, nice interception. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Cantona charging forward, the ball at his feet. Howson gets over and intercepts. Azar. Into the last 5 minutes. Oh, that's delightful. In with the challenge.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Howson gets across to intercept that. Looking for options for movement. Kukcu knocks it into space. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Bellingham. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Marquinhos spots it and the referee brings it to a close. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Mali can always take more positives from a result like this.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costa Curta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them. And his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
Sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball, being almost as important as what he did at the back.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Too close for comfort. That's an untidy challenge, free kick given. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And that is as far as they're going to go. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to. He knows what's coming. A second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end, they are defending the indefensible. Madrid are now forced to play the bulk of the game a man short. Now, can they get him away? Raul looking to get on the end of this. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Pass somewhat off target. Can he get it through? Good ball, good take. Well, they could break here. Howson cuts out the pass. Marquinhos. Over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
And here's Neymar. Now it's Hazard. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. The ball has bounced loose now. Stood up well to him there. Cafu made a surge from full-back. As it turned out, unsuccessfully. Bellingham is having a shot! He's delivered all right! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this.
Van der Ven. Bellingham. Great chance! And yes, it's there! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And that has had a real chance. Well, there's the clearance. Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Chu goes short. And once more he proves rigid and robust. And now they can spring out of defence. And claimed it back swiftly. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. Played into space out wide. Oh, easy pickings there. Albert Ferrer. Half an hour played now. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now he's got space here. Oh, delightful ball. Shapes to shoot! It's a loose ball. Bellingham. That's a good run down the left. Nicely weighted ball. And he's picked it up out wide. Bellingham! Tries to play it through. Van Nistelrooy. Van de Ven. Knocks it into space. Well, that looks a decent ball. Van de Ven. He's got away. And it's Bellingham. Bellingham cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Oh, this is a great position. And the shot! There it is! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Can he finish? Sticks it away! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise, I mean...
And he shoots! Superb goal! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And yes, it's him again. Mali go into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
And it's half-time here. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement. Well, time to catch your breath after a manic first half. Goals, goals and more goals, but only one between them.
Et qui s'affiche actuellement sur l'écran géant. Changement.
There's the start of the second half. And he cuts out the supply. And this is Messi. Rice.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Baresi. Bellingham. Mohamed Salah. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. He's found a way through. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. Threads one in. Oh, important interception. Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards to further improve their position of comfort. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Costa Curta gets across to intercept that. That's a sharp pass.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Costa Curta gets over and intercepts. Swung over. Madrid are looking to break at pace. Maradona. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Neymar makes the interception. And it's Maradona. And it's been played through. And that has been knocked clear. Nicely shaped ball. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Van Nistelrooy, given the lift of his goal. Bellingham goes sliding in. Now it's Bellingham. Looking for options for movement. Chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Changement en cours.
Mali have their second corner now, and it's been taken short. Van der Ven, who's set up one goal so far. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Cafu, there he goes. He's had a shot! And that certainly packed a punch. Great vision. Mohamed Salah, he looks to lift it. And it's there! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. That is simply terrific. Finished with beautiful depth. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Chers spectateurs, je vais vous demander de souhaiter un excellent anniversaire au gardien du stade.
Mali are all smiles coming into this game. They've already secured their ticket to the promised land. This is effectively preparation for life in greener pastures. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick his...
Azar! Superb goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So, a breakthrough already. Rice. Nicely weighted ball. Shot a goal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Decent chance! Goal! 2, and we've barely begun here. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So that's 2 now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Messi.
That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's having a shot! Messi. Mali look comfortable already. 2 to the good and flying. Now it's Mbappe. Goes for a shot! And it's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Mali find a position of real strength now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down.
Chance for a shot! They've done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And he's had it nicked away. Now that looks a decent ball. Great ball, and he's in here. He's had a shot! Sticks it away! And that for him is goal number 10.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Ha segnato al 19esimo minuto, numero 15.
Mali are having a ball here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Azar. Now he's got space here. Mbappe gets into some space. And he's in on goal, and he shoots! He has done it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Ha segnato al 22esimo minuto, numero 20.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Fernandez bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Looking for options for movement. Fernandez. And it's Messi. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. He's on it. Oh, shooting chance! He's scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Numero 20.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Caicedo. To Messi. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Howson. Rice. There's a surge. Tries a shot! They've scored! And there's your hat-trick hero. He is simply indefatigable.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet. Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Caicedo. Serginho. No, that was never going to make it. Azar can so cleverly bypass the press. Quality ball. Now this... And a shot! No, that's just wide.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And it's Serginho. Kane. Robertson just loves to go forward whenever he can. It's a really well-measured ball. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Kurchu tries to pass it through. Delivers... Header! It's bounced back off the post. Fernandes. And it's Fernandes. This is Jimenez.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Alexander-Arnold. Now Mbappe. He's got away. Looking for the run. Shapes to shoot! It's there! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. Van Dijk. And it's Fernandes. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Mali are dishing out a mauling here then. It's only half-time, but the game looks sewn up already.